From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Wednesday, February 8th, 2023.
This is J.C. Reindl with the Detroit Free Press. Development incentives for the $1.5 billion build-out of District Detroit had their first public hearing Monday, and it did not go well. 24 members of the public offered their opinions and questions, and nearly all of that feedback was negative. The specific topic was a so-called transformational brownfield for the project. That would be a capture of state-level taxes for the developers over 35 years. The developers are the Ilitch Organization's Olympia Development and mega developer Stephen Ross's related companies. The brownfield plan next goes before Detroit's Brownfield Authority for a vote on Wednesday. And then it would go before Detroit City Council sometime in March. If the plan does get approved, a groundbreaking could happen in July.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. School and law enforcement officials faced a flurry of shooting threats throughout Michigan, including in Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Okemos. But authorities said they turned out to be a coordinated campaign that the FBI is now investigating. The Tuesday morning calls, which came a day after bomb threats to 3 Walmart stores in Metro Detroit, put students and family on edge and tied up police resources. Renaissance High School, a public magnet school in the city of Detroit, confirmed a threat was called in, but no children were at risk. In Meridian Township, students and staff at Okemos High School were safe and released from class after an unknown caller falsely reported there had been a shooting at the building. Multiple police agencies responded. One mom called the lockdown a parent's worst nightmare, and another said it was a very, very scary day, especially considering some of the things we've seen nationally as far as school shootings. By about 10:30 a.m., Michigan State Police put out an alert, an all clear, noting that several educational institutions had targeted, including elementary and high schools throughout the state as part of a coordinated campaign, but were unaware of credible threats. The calls, police said, had similar characteristics. The caller claimed to be a teacher in the school and said that a student shot another student. In addition, this person had some kind of accent, but police did not specify what the accent resembled or whether the person sounded male or female. The caller also gave out the name and address of the school and said the shooting occurred in classrooms with room numbers that did not exist.
This is Christina Hall with the Detroit Free Press. A former longtime prosecutor for a Metro Detroit county was released from federal prison in Indiana, where he served 7 months for stealing money from his campaign fund. Former Macomb County prosecutor Eric Smith was transferred January 31st from the prison to community confinement overseen by the Federal Bureau of Prisons' Detroit Residential Reentry Management Office. Community confinement means either home confinement or a residential reentry center or halfway house. Smith pleaded guilty in federal court in January 2021 after being accused of stealing just under $75,000 from his campaign fund. He was sentenced to 21 months in federal prison. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has reviewed inmates who have COVID-19 risk factors to determine which ones are suitable for home confinement. At sentencing, Smith's attorney asked the judge to sentence Smith to probation, saying Smith is a type 1 diabetic with an insulin pump and has contracted COVID-19 twice, even while vaccinated.
Wrestling is back in the Motor City. SummerSlam, one of the WWE's biggest premium live events, will take place at Ford Field on August 5th. This is the first WWE premium live event to take place inside the home of the Detroit Lions since WrestleMania 23 back in 2007. The event arrives 30 years after the last SummerSlam event took place in the Detroit area at the Palace of Auburn Hills in 1993. Pre-sale registration for tickets is already available on the WWE's website. You can find that link in this episode's description. For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.